The story of Roman Emperor Caligula is one shrouded in madness and violence. As the beloved son of the popular general Germanicus, Caligula rose to power bathed in optimism for a new golden age. Yet soon enough, his reign descended into cruelty, terror, and chaos before being dramatically cut short by assassination at the hands of his own Praetorian Guard. In our documentary series, we will peel back the layers on Caligula's life to reveal the shocking events that transformed this young prince into a megalomaniac tyrant. We'll explore the possible explanations for his erratic behavior and examine whether disease, power, or underlying mental illness fueled his excesses. And we'll place the audience right alongside the Praetorian conspirators to witness firsthand the betrayal and bloody assassination that toppled Caligula's reign of terror over Rome. As the beloved grandson of Rome's first emperor Augustus and son of the respected general Germanicus, young Caligula was raised surrounded by imperial privilege and power. He grew up traversing Rome's territories with his family on military campaigns, and was even given the nickname Little Soldier's Boot, which morphed into Caligula. So when Emperor Tiberius shockingly named Caligula as his heir, many saw it as a hopeful moment portending renewed greatness for Rome. Upon taking power after Tiberius's death, the 24-year-old Caligula indeed launched an era filled with optimism through acts like recalling those exiled by Tiberius and destroying treason records. For a shining moment, it appeared another golden age was on the horizon. However, Caligula's early reign soon spiraled out of control into cruelty, terror, and utter madness. He began appearing in public dressed as gods like Venus and Hercules. He forced senators to worship him as a living god on earth. Temples were ordered built for his own cult of worship. At the same time, his cruelty emerged through capricious executions, sadistic torture sessions, and his delight in publicly humiliating enemies through acts like dressing them as slaves and riding them like horses. He also wasted Rome's imperial treasury on extravagances like exotic animals, lavish spectacles, and an artificial floating bridge across the Bay of Naples, just so he could ride his horse over it wearing Alexander the Great's breastplate. Rome was plunged into political and economic instability, ruled by an unpredictable tyrant indulging his every maddened whim. Much debate still swirls over what truly caused his shocking transformation. Underlying mental illness, the corrupting influence of absolute power, brain disease like epilepsy or hyperthyroidism. We may never know for certain what fueled Caligula's spiral into the ranks of history's most infamously cruel rulers. After just 4 years presiding over Rome's nightmare reign of terror, a conspiracy emerged targeting the emperor led by Cassius Chaerea of the elite Praetorian Guard. Chaerea's motives likely mixed political aims to liberate Rome with personal vengeance. He reportedly loathed Caligula intensely due to the frequent taunting and humiliating acts he inflicted on Chaerea. He quietly brought other Praetorians into the plot, including those angered over insults from Caligula or fearing for their futures under his unstable rule. On January 24, 41 AD, they struck during one of Caligula's favorite public spectacles, the Palatine Games. As he arrogantly strode down a passageway filled with spectators, the heavily armored conspirators surrounded him, then brutally stabbed and slashed him to death in a frenzied attack before his German bodyguards could intervene. Just 29 years old, Caligula's reign of unchecked power and sadistic madness ended in a bloody assassination, almost as shocking as the 4 years of unrelenting cruelty that preceded it. In examining Caligula's story more closely through the lens of history, we gain sobering perspective on how quickly power and privilege can corrupt even the most optimistic beginnings. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangerous impacts when egomania, mental illness, violence, and governance dangerously intermix. And it reveals the vulnerability lingering beneath even the mightiest empires when unstable tyrants sit on the throne driving regimes down the road to ruin through unhinged personal whims. Caligula's tale forces us to confront the timeless question: if we find ourselves vested with power and authority over others, how can we guard against letting it twist our better judgment and moral restraint? How do we install safeguards preventing rule careening recklessly off the rails towards catastrophe? And if we witness the warning signs of leaders indulging personal ego, whims and cruelty over responsible governance, at what point is intervention or removal justified for the greater good? Sobering questions for us all,